That's even better. That's just tremendous. Okay, so we have a special spring price. Now, if you were able to get our brand new CurbLink Y necklace that we had a few moments ago, this is that same concept, but in a hoop earring. So who knew? Italian-made, they could do this type of manipulation with the metal in our Bellezza line and be able to create that perfect hoop at 1 1/4 inches in length, about 1 1/16 in the diameter. Yet another customer pick on hsn.com at $39.90. We took $5 off. And we're featuring the 4 flex pays for the first time, which is once again fantastic. This elevates it and takes it to the hoop design, to that true aspirational Italian look that you would only really find in Italy.
You really would only find it in Italy.
This type of look.
This is an earring that unless you purchase these from Bellezza, you do not have this look. You do not have the gourmet link in a large size like this. So look in your jewelry box while you're getting yours, but you don't have these. And we all know that you need hoops in 3 sizes and 3 colors to start, right? That's the start of your hoop wardrobe.
Sure.
And after that, you start adding. So maybe you picked up our today's special today, and you're thinking, well, what am I gonna use? What am I gonna wear to complement my new dress? Well, these are perfect. Now, not only is this a customer pick, it's almost a perfect customer pick. And I was reading the little fine print and realized that every single customer who has purchased these earrings has said they would recommend them to a friend. Now, what an honor that is. What a delight, what a pleasure. And how comfortable and safe does that make you feel if you're on the fence? You're thinking, maybe I should get these. Well, now you know, 100% of the folks who reviewed these said, I would recommend these to my friends.
And that's the ultimate testimonial.
It's the ultimate.
When you love something, you want everybody that you love to share in that,
Well,
right?
exactly. Now, let me tell you why you're gonna love these earrings. First of all, because of the interwoven texture of the CurbLink and the width, this has a very substantial look. It looks much more gold than it actually is. It weighs nothing because we're working with bronze, the metal of sculptors and artisans. So you're getting the ton of gorgeous gold light, buttery candlelight, right by your ears where you want it, drawing the eye, lighting up your face, doing the job that an earring is meant to do while not distracting you.
Yeah, that's a great point. Even down all the way, you know, we say Italian craftsmanship, and to your point, all the way here at the very top, notice that there's no finding where it would typically be where it goes into the lobe. That is Italian craftsmanship. You'll see that it's almost as if it's an invisible flow all the way around. You don't find that typically on earrings. You usually find some type of hinge or some type of rounded backing that sets up against the actual lobe. Not in this case here. So crafted of pure 100% Italian craftsmanship, and everything about it, from the size to the look to the overall manipulation of the metal, knowing that you have that extraordinary CurbLink. That's the gourmet, which is one of the most expensive. And it really does work back beautifully to the necklace we had. If you ordered the double ring that I'm wearing, that also has on one band the